Hey everybody, it's Tyler here with another Behind the Bumpers, checking in team number 5903, ThorBots, coming out of Westview, Wisconsin. And I'm here with Joseph and Garrison, and we're going to be going through this robot. Really love this full all-in-one design that they have here, so really kind of a unique structure, especially for infinite recharge. Haven't seen this happen too often. So of course we'll go through that whole power journey, all this and more coming up on Behind the Bumpers.
Giving you a voice.
Making it loud our own way.
Welcome to the fun.
We'd like to thank Stryker for their continued support of First Updates Now. Stryker's Internship Portal is now open and available. Discover internships and rotational programs located around the world, including their headquarters in Michigan, when you go to careers.stryker.com and click on Students and Graduates. We'd also like to thank Kettering University. Kettering University is where robotics students come for their education. Over 30% of those who attend Kettering University were in high school robotics, and you can keep going with their BattleBots, VexU, esports, and First Mentorship programs. If you are a U.S. student grades 8 through 12, scan the QR code to stay up to date on info and events happening at Kettering and get a free Kettering t-shirt when you sign up by December 12th, 2021.
So starting out here, we're going to talk about the intake at the front. I mean, this is all in one, but we're going to break this down a little bit, I think. So talk to me about your intake, and I'm really interested to hear about the all-in-one compact structure as well.
Yeah, sure. So we decided to go with a chain system. So when we start to run this, all of these wheels will work together, and we just drive up to the balls, and it gets sucked up, and it comes up, hits this plate, and it gets brought into our gravity-fed hopper here. And then from there, we have these two cylinders up front that are currently retracted, but they will hold them back so that when the shooter starts to run, we can build it up properly before we start to fire it.
And are you able to hold 5 power cells in here?
We can currently hold 4.
4, okay. And want to ask in general with this whole like all-in-one, what was kind of the idea behind having everything kind of in one superstructure?
That's just how we've been doing it every year. It just helps so that like if everything's more compact, it's easier to keep track of everything, and there's less trying to go out that could be damaged.
And lastly, from your hopper-wise on here, do you do anything to try to prevent like power cells from jamming or anything like that inside the robot?
Yes. After 2020, we decided to add this in so that because sometimes we would have 2 balls that would get jammed right together here, and they wouldn't go into the shooter. So by adding this, we were able to keep them back more and feed them each through one by one.
Fair enough with that. Yeah, let's actually feed a couple in. We'll kind of see how that process works, and then Garrison will go more into the shooter and the climber as well. So let's go into next as this gets, so we have them in the hopper now. So Garrison, talk to me about as they go into the shooter, some of that process.
So as they go into the shooter, they will fall and hit the pins, as Joe said before, but they're not sticking out. And the shooter rotates, they both spin the opposite way of each other so that they just shoot out as fast, they go very fast. And then they'll slowly fall and they come out evenly.
So as we look at the shooter here, talk to me a little about, it looks like you got some Neos hooked up for the shooter as well too, and the wheels in here. What made you decide to go with like these types of wheels, or how did you experiment versus different options?
So at first, I believe we started with only a few wheels that were touching here, and it would create a weird bounce when it came out.
Sure.
So instead of doing just a few wheels, we made a nice long like plate almost like thing, and it would make it a more consistent way for it to hit it.
All right. Let's go next. I'd love to see this climber deploy, and we take a look at what this is. And once again, all in one with this is really cool as well.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to see it now?
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right.
So talk to me about some of the structure that then goes into this climber that you have.
So right off the bat, we use pneumatics to push it up. And so you have your 2 long pieces of metal here. So the pneumatics push the one piece up, and at first this would like bend down and it wouldn't turn all the way. So we had to add in our straps to make sure it rotated the correct way. And then this makes it so that we can winch it up.
So there, you have a lot when that's coming up. How does kind of the weight from the pull work? So there's a lot of like tensile strength on this as it's kind of pulling. Do you have any issues like this whole structure bowing or anything like that?
We have in the past, and that's why we've added in all of the churros to make sure that it doesn't bend in. And then they also use for the balls so that it doesn't slip out. But so we haven't experienced much bowing issues.
That's great to hear. Let's wrap up on here. You guys have a shifter in your drive. So let's talk about that gearbox a little bit and what goes into that.
So our drivetrain is a normal tank drive, and we can go into low and a high gear mode. Low gear would just be if we're trying to play defense or something and not want to get moved around very much. So mainly we're in high gear mode so we can go faster.
Well, 5903 ThorBots once again coming out of Westby. Thanks for taking the time to tell us about your robot. Really cool design. Really like this whole all compact in one. So good luck here at the qualifier and of course any future events. And look forward to seeing you in future years as well. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks to Kettering University for their support of this video. Don't just sit in class. Kettering University is the only school in the U.S. that allows you to work as an engineer your first year with their 3-month on, 3-month off co-op programs. If you are a U.S. student grades 8 through 12, scan the QR code to stay up to date on info and events happening at Kettering and get a free Kettering t-shirt when you sign up by December 12th, 2021. We'd like to thank Stryker for their continued support of First Updates Now. Stryker's Internship Portal is now open and available. Discover internships and rotational programs located around the world, including their headquarters in Michigan, when you go to careers.stryker.com and click on Students and Graduates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on our new videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.